Okay, we're going to look at another geometric sequence, a question from November 15th's national exam, and let's just see how it goes. Okay, they give us the sequence 10, 5, 2.5, 1.2, 1.25. Well, okay, they tell us it's geometric. Well, there's the first term and the second term. If it's geometric, we can get the common ratio by going T2 divided by T1. Well, 5 divided by 10 is a half. There we go. We got R. That's worth something. Calculate the fifth term. Well, we know A is the first term. So the fifth term, Tn, is equal to 10 times 1 over 2. And because it's the fifth term, because it's the fifth term, we should put a 5 in there. We should put a 5 in there. So the fifth term should be 10 times a half to the fourth power. 10 times a half to the fourth power. Well, a half to the fourth power, they've done this kind of a little bit funny. A half to the fourth power, I know, is 1 over 16. And 10 over 16 is the same as 5 over 8. This is 5 over 4 times 1 half. But yeah, they've just done it in a funny way. We know what n is. We know n is 5. So you just put 5 in there, put it in your calculator, 10 times a half to the fourth power, and you're going to get 5 over 8. And that's the first question, 2.1. Determine the nth term, Tn, in terms of n. Let's see what they do. Determine the nth term. Determine the nth term. Oh, in terms of n. Well, it's a times r to the n minus 1. It's kind of backwards. I would have done 2.2 first, and then I would have put 5 in there. There's the formula for the nth term. A times r to the n minus 1. The nth term in terms of n. Well, there it is. Let's look at 2.3. Explain why this infinite series, it goes on forever, why do we know it converges? Well, if you go to in your formula sheet, you'll see S infinity is A over 1 minus R. But next to it, you'll see the conditions for convergence. It'll only converge if R is a number between 1 and minus 1. Well, why does it converge? Because half is a number between 1 and minus 1. Therefore, the series converges. That's all you write down. Not so hard. Now, the next term is just about plugging in numbers. What's the determine the sum to infinity minus the sum of n terms in terms of n in the form ABN? Well, we're supposed to go the sum to infinity minus the formula for the sum to n terms. Well, just do it. The sum to infinity is a over 1 minus r. Here's the formula for the sum to n terms. Okay, now what do we do here? We do know what r is, so we put in a half on both sides. And we know what a is, so we put 10 in both sides, where a is, right? Well, that's your first step. We just fill it in. Now work out some of this stuff. 1 minus a half is a half, and 10 divided by a half is 20. Well, same thing here. 10 divided by 1 minus a half, 10 divided by a half is 20. Well, we multiply this 20 out. We get 20 minus 20, but then 20 times a half to the n power. Well, 20 minus 20 is 0. All we're left with is 20 times a half to the nth power. Well, that's the form of something times another number to the nth power, ab to the n. Well, we just determined what S infinity minus Sn is in terms of n, in terms of this 1 half to the nth power. Well, so sometimes you look at it and you go, wow, that seems real hard. But then you just do it with the general formulas. Fill in the things that you know for sure, like A and like R, and just start doing some algebra on it and arithmetic and work out the numbers. And then work it out so it'll look like A times B to the nth power. And there it is, 20 times a half to the nth power. Well, there's B1 done. And I hope that helps. I hope it helps.